Okay, Clacton driving test route. So we're going left on this roundabout. That's a mirror check and a signal. Looking for a gap. Going to follow this car out. Checking my exit route is clear. Got parked cars. Checking my mirrors, making sure I can pull out. There's no motorbikes. Looking for the gap. Look, you can see the cars on the other side of the road are the correct side of the white line. I'm the correct side of the white line. Therefore, I can get through the gap. Going wide now because there's nothing coming. You can see somebody trying to get in their car. Going wide enough for them to get in. Watching the taxi. Again, it's mirror checks. Every time you're moving the car around, you're checking your mirrors. So I'm going wide. There's a person standing there. There's no one coming towards me. Glancing back to my left, making sure she's clear. End of the road. I'm going to go left. So it's a mirror check and a signal, and then slowing down. Come up to the end of the road. Let's have a look. So we've got car speeding across, lovely gap, follow the silver Fiesta out. Going to go round to the left here, which is technically straight on because the arrows show it straight on. However, I'm going to just put a left signal because there are people on that crossing. So going to remain in this lane, which I have done around that corner. Like I say, the signals because it's beneficial. Checking my mirrors because there's parked cars on this side, bringing it out, straightening the car up so you're not weaving around parked cars. Then I'm going to take the next road on the right. So again, check my mirrors, get my signal on. You can see the box here to turn into is like too small. Look into the road, it is clear. And follow it down. Checking my mirrors because I'm about to start slowing down. Make sure there's no bicycles trying to squeeze past, motorbikes trying to squeeze past. Leave a reasonable gap. That's it, and we're going to move off. Not quite sure what the delay was because the cars have both got out of the way and the second car in front, maybe they're looking for a space as well. So move off, heading towards some traffic lights where we're going to go straight across. Currently see the lights at red. Again, glancing in my mirrors, this car's going to pull into a space, I think, rather than go to the traffic lights. Look, you've got to assess everything you come to. This is a one-way street. There are no lanes, so sit in the middle. Bring it up to the line and stop in one move. No half stops and then moving up to the line. Just stop at the line. Checking my mirrors, moving off. I can see potholes here, so I'm moving to the left and then back to the right to avoid them because they're quite deep potholes. Got a van doing something, no idea what, so I'm not going too quick past him. Every time I speed up, slow down, I'm checking my mirrors. Not necessarily going to say it absolutely every time because obviously that would be slightly tedious, but again, checking my mirrors, bringing it out, creating space as I come past, checking back to my left, bring the car back in, looking ahead, you've got a parked car on the other side of the road. That is a hazard because someone could come the other way. You wouldn't know if you're going to fit. Right, I'm going to take the next road on the right. So it's a mirror check, a signal, slowing down. Parked car is in the way of the junction. Obviously, they should not be parked there. And the white line for this junction is right the way across. So I've got to look into the road, bring it in because there is enough space, then check. Yeah, I can get around these cars. There's a bin lorry coming, so I'm going to go around these cars, avoid the pothole, and then I'm going to wait here and see what this bin lorry does. Hopefully he's just going to come down here. Yeah, and I've given him a wave because you can wave. I took my hand off the steering wheel and waved a thank you at him. And I know some people get told that you are not allowed to do that. Well, you absolutely are allowed to do that. Okay, we're going to go left at the end. I'm going to check my mirrors, put my signal on at the appropriate time, which I'm going to say is now, and then I'm slowing down, checking to my left because of the parked cars, bring it up to the junction, point it out a little bit to the left. So it's a tricky junction set. This I can see clearly to the right there's nothing coming. The left is a little bit more tricky, so I'm going to bring it out into this part of the road because I know this is clear. And now I can see it's clear as I come around. There's a guy just walking around this car. Yeah, and he waited. Then I'm going to take the next road on the right. So mirror, signal. I'm going to put the car into the correct position, so I'm in the correct side of the road. look into the road, make sure it's clear, turn into the correct side of it. No idea why the parking sensors keep going off. Must think something's there. Right, and then left here. So again, check into my left, signalling and check into the left because of the parked cars, bringing it up to the end of the road. Anything coming? No, I've checked both ways clearly, completely clear. Car with no tax has been clamped. Someone on the zebra crossing. I'm just going to lift a little. They'll be gone by the time I get there. There's no one else there. Pick the pace up, continue along the road. Keeping a good central position, just checking my mirrors. I'm going into a bend, making sure there's no motorbikes or anything. There's a pothole there as well, so I'm moving the car around slightly. And continue to follow it down. So 30 limit is completely clear, so it's going to sit at 30 miles an hour until we get to the next place we're going to turn off. Keeping a nice central position. You can just about see the car in front. If that car was running against the white line or running against the curb, you would wonder what they are doing, and that is why you need to keep your car in the correct driving position. Through the corner, I can see all the way around it clearly, so it's all good. Carry on around here, car just pulling out of that junction. So I'm not turning down this one, I'm going to turn down the next one, so check my mirrors. Signal now and then braking. Now this person knows I'm turning in. Going a little bit wide because I can already see it's a tight road. Bringing it into the road, keeping it in the correct side. Looking ahead, there's parked cars. I'm checking my mirrors now. I'm bringing the car out now. I'm getting the car straight. I'm not weaving around those parked cars, leaving them no space at all. Down the wrong side of the road all the way. Keeping an eye on my mirrors. Keep an eye on this van, make sure it's not about to pull away as I bring it back in. Through the bend, looking for more parked cars. I can see some car moving around, so I'm going to slow down a little, checking my mirrors while I'm doing all this as well to make sure it's clear to pull out. And then at the end of this road, I'm going to turn right. But I'm going to slow down before I start signalling this time because of the way the end of the road is laid out, and I'm going to signal quite late. I'm going to signal around here, so I've actually slowed right down this time. So generally speaking, it should be a mirror or observational check, a signal, and then slowing down. And the purpose of that is, so if you're driving along a road and you just start braking randomly and then you put your signal on at some point later, then if there is actually somebody behind you, they've got no idea what you're actually going to do. Whereas if you check your mirrors, you see there's a car behind. Let's say you're going left into a junction, you go, ah, there is a car behind me, therefore I shall put my signal on at the appropriate moment to warn them I'm about to start slowing down. And then what you will see is the car behind will suddenly drop away from you, rather than trying to push you along or be completely surprised by the fact you've suddenly started braking randomly. They will drop back a bit, give you space, allow you to turn into the thing that you're turning into, or do whatever it is you're doing. So that's why you check your mirrors first, observations, then put the signal on and then brake. However, the junction I've just come up to there were parked cars. There's a double exit to a junction. There's also a bit where you can turn into where the shop is, the fish and chip shop. So what I did there, checked my mirrors, I slowed down because I needed to anyway because of the parked cars, and the parked cars are parked right the way up to the end of the road. Then as I came to the end of the road, right at the end where it was not going to confuse anybody at all, I put my signal on and then came up to the end of the road. And then that obviously took me out of the junction into this queue of traffic. So we're coming up to the traffic lights here. See, this red board here is where you stop. So the lights are green. Now I'm going past the board. Even if they change to red now, I keep going. Sometimes you see people stop down here and then they end up blocking half the road off. That's not how it works. So this roundabout is not in use, so you can basically drive over it if it's, depending on the position of it. I didn't really need it too much there. And then following it up. But yeah, roadwork traffic lights are a little bit tricky because sometimes the stop here board is quite a long way from the traffic lights, and they've done that for a reason. So very much like when you're at normal traffic lights, once you cross the white line, sometimes you're turning right, you end up in the middle, you have to continue. I mean, sometimes you can't, you know, you've got to be looking at what's actually going on around you, but certainly there, if you stopped any further up, you'd be obstructing traffic coming through. You've got to remember that buses and lorries have got to be able to actually come through the section of road that you're at. Right, so I can see a parked car in the distance. I'm checking my mirrors immediately to see what's behind, and I'm backing it off. Checking again and bringing it out. There's nothing coming the other way, so just bring it out around this car. Lots of space. Check to my left, make sure they're not going to move off, and then I'm going to take the next road on the left. So as I come up, mirror, signal, slowing down. That car's going to turn in. I'm going to look into this road, make sure it's clear. You've got to turn in at a speed where I could just stop here. If there's somebody crossing, there was a car or something, I could just stop. Right, looking ahead. There are parked cars. Again, just glancing in my mirrors, making sure there's nothing behind. They've not left a very wide gap here. But I'm going to bring it out, straighten the car up, bring it through. So what I hope you can see there is I'm not just swiping next to the cars. Check it to my left, bringing it back. More parked cars, check it to my right, bring it out. Going to keep an eye on the junctions here, so not going too quick through, because the way those vehicles are parked, they can't really see me coming down the road. So check my mirrors, put my signal on, bring it to the end of the road. You can't see out the end of this road until you get to the end because of the fence and the hedge, so I need to get right up to the end. I can see to the right it's clear, but the left I can't really see anything because of the fence. So I'm going to bring it out into the section where I can see. Now I can see there's nothing coming from the left as well. So I didn't just drive straight across and take a chance. I made sure the lane coming from the right was clear, and then that enabled me to then be able to peep and creep and see if the lane from the left was clear. Okay, I'm going to take the next road on the right. Got more parked cars. Checking my mirrors. Bring it through the widest part of the gap and then straighten the car up. I'm going to take the next right here. So I am going to put my signal on now. There's a car coming towards me. So as I come up, I'm going to bring the car into this section a bit in case anyone comes out of the road I'm going into, which there is no one. There are parked cars immediately, so again it's all about checking your mirrors, getting into the middle. This van's rolling down the road. Horrible pothole there. Going to thank the van driver. And again, yes, you should be thanking people. This is how we drive cars. I've been polite, so checking my mirrors, bringing it out through the centre of these, keeping an eye particularly on the junction on the right. Again, checking my mirrors, bringing it out further. Okay, end of this road, I'm going to turn right. So I'm checking my mirrors to the left and checking to the left to come back in for that car, and checking around to put my right signal on, bringing it up to the end of the road. And yeah, there's nothing coming. Follow the Audi out. Audi's now trying to park, so I'm just not accelerated up, I'm just rolling at the same speed as them. Now they've cleared, now I can drive past them. Again, I've checked my mirrors to make sure it's clear. Keeping an adequate gap to these cars. I mean, look, you can see that car's wheel was sticking out, someone in it, however the driver was getting out. Now I've got a zebra crossing, so keep an eye on it because that red car is parked too close to it. And then carry on. So park car on that side, that is a problem if someone's coming the other way but there's no one coming. You've got to decide whether you can get through the gap. Now I'm going to take the not this road, but the next road on the right. So it's a mirror check and a signal. Now this is a triangle junction. So when you turn into this type of junction, you have got to work out whether you turn into this side or the other side. On this one, it is this side. This road is very slim. So you end up actually running on the white line as you come through this. If you don't recognise that, if you look into this road and do not see it's a very slim road, and you attempt to drive into that section, if someone is coming the other way, you will not get through the gap. So you'll either end up hitting the pavement or hitting the car coming the other way, especially if it's a big van or something. So twisty bends. Here you can keep the car in the correct side of the road. There is enough space. You just got to place it correctly and drive at a speed where you can actually get through the corners. Very tight bit of road here again, but you can fit. Roundabout at the top, going to turn right, mirrors, signal. This bit in the middle is for large vehicles, so I'm not going to drive over it. I'm going to drive on the tarmac, trying to avoid all the broken bits of glass and debris that is on the edge of the road as well. So everywhere you go, you need to know what the speed limit is. So currently, the speed limit is 30. Now, we've actually gone out to the 60 limit, but the signs have been flattened, so you can't tell. Not common on these roads. So I've picked the pace up a little bit. I'm going to take the next left anyway. Yeah, and this is it's becoming a bit of a problem. I don't quite know why the signs keep getting flattened, but on various roads the signs have been flattened. But yeah, once you basically get out of the, well, I don't know why the 6 limit sign has gone there anyway, because it's you can still see the 30 sign. Right, this road is very slim, going slow, bringing it onto this bit. I don't know if you can see that, but the edge of the road is completely destroyed a little bit further up, so I wanted to make sure I got past that van where I had space over the terrible bumps, and then slowing down for this bend because again it's very tight. I mean, this is virtually a single track road. You cannot run the wheels off the edges anymore on certain parts of it because it is so badly damaged. You can see we're coming back into the 30 limit. Now these signs haven't been destroyed, so on the opposite side of these you have got the de-restricted signs. Okay, and then I'm going to turn right here. Making sure I can see around this badly parked van, into the road, park cars, keep it easy, anything coming new, bring it round, check back to my left, coming past that van, car parked on the right hand side of the road, cars parked here, so checking my mirrors, slowing down for the roundabout, going straight on, but you still need to slow down in order to go round it like that, otherwise you just get bounced straight over the top of it. Another parked car, so the Skoda is just in a sort of position where you're going to have to be careful of the bend. Slow it down, bring it out, I can see there's nothing coming, straight line, check to my left, bring it in, keep an eye around the corner, up to 30, sat at 30 miles an hour, got the BMW following me. And this is a terrible bit, isn't it? You've got a van this side and a Fiesta that side, so slowing it down, waiting for a gap. There's the gap, check my mirrors, bring it out, straighten up, check my mirrors, bring it in, straighten up, slow it down for the next lot of badly parked cars. I mean, this is appalling. Check my mirrors, bring it out, because the van on the right is obstructing the view completely down the road. It's parked on the pavement. Check to the left, bring it in. Check to the right, bring it out, slow it down. This thing's always parked here in the way. Checking my mirrors, bring it round. It's going to be left at the end of the road. So left signal. I did it just as I got alongside that milk float, which I guess only goes out in the early morning or something, because it just seems to be permanently parked there. So I'm going to wait for the next car and follow that car out. So, following it down here, you can see there's a roundabout sign, hopefully. So the triangle warns there's a roundabout coming, and then the blue sign warns of where it actually is. So again, going straight on, I'm slowing down a bit. Got a car coming towards me, but I'm slowing it down so I can actually get around the roundabout a bit. Shouldn't just be driving over the top of them at 30 miles an hour. It sort of negates the point of having the roundabout. There is a pothole, I can see it on the left. I'm going to check my mirrors and I'm bringing it out and round. And you need to, otherwise you will end up splitting your tyre, you'll damage your tyres, you'll end up with a puncture. The potholes are horrendous. Right, another roundabout, checking the mirrors, slowing down, looking out for anyone coming from the right this time, and there isn't anyone, so carrying on. Got brow of a hill here, so just bring it up to speed, keep looking, somebody wandering around on the right side of the road, car trying to pull out of a drive. I thought they were about to literally fly straight out of that drive then. flew right up to the curb's edge and stamped on the brake pedal. Right, there is a zebra crossing in front of me. So I'm keeping it easy because on the left there is a gap going into a country park and people can walk straight out of it and straight onto the zebra crossing. So you need to be mighty careful. Right, going to take the next road on the right. So as I come up, check of the mirrors, pop of the right signal on, slowing the car down. Looking ahead, so maybe after this high on dive, bring the car into position. Look into the road, it's clear, turn it in. There's parked cars, but I couldn't see anyone coming initially. So there is a red car, but that's fine. I can come up to this point and then we can pass each other in this section, just like that. And carry on down to the end of the road. So, all parked cars, checking the mirrors, bring it out a bit. Keep an eye on the junction. There's a car turning in, so I'm going to slow it down and stop. Now look at my position for the stop. I'm not getting really close to that car. Yeah, thank you. And that means that I can bring the car out and never get close to it. Bring it out, check around to the left, bring it in, because I've got the space not to be close. Check my mirrors again, left signal on, I'm going left. If it's really tight and you have to get up close to the car, then you just have to go very slowly, but there's no excuse for it if you've got the space. So I'm checking left and right here. There's a car turning in and it's slowing right down, so I'm going to go behind this Skoda Citigo. Following it along. Oh, there's a very last minute indicating, just turn into the road without touching the brake pedal. Give these cars a bit of space coming in the other direction, and again checking my mirrors each time. Right, rolling along, 30 miles an hour. So at the next roundabout, I'm going to go straight on. So second exit, which means I need to choose what I'm doing at the roundabout. So I can see there's 2 lanes ahead. I need to use the left lane. Checking my mirrors, slowing down. If there's 2 lanes on the entrance, depending on how they go into the roundabout, there should be 2 lanes in the roundabout, and there certainly are here. Wow, there's no cars coming, so I can drive straight in. Avoid the pothole there. Stay in the left lane. There's my exit. Check to the left signal on. Bring it off. Look ahead. Zebra crossing, no one on it. Now there are more potholes up here. Everyone's going to have to weave round them. As you can see the car in front. Checking my mirrors. Going around to the left and bringing it back out again. Because there is a pothole on the other side of the road where everyone weaves either to the left or right as well. So this section of road, all the traffic ends up weaving down it, trying to avoid the potholes. Right, and then carry on through. Traffic police car. So keep on watching. And obviously they're going the other direction. There's nothing for me to do, I just carry on. So keep an eye on this junction. You see that car just drove straight across the front of that one, and this one is going to drive straight across the front of me. I'm braking before he even did it because he was literally not even interested I was coming. He was moving and he was going to go straight across. Right, there's a sign here that tells me that this lane is closed, so I'm going to check my mirrors. There's no one behind me, so I'm not going to indicate because there's no one to indicate to. However, I am going to check my mirrors and I'm going to indicate left here, just because there's people coming in the other direction. There we go, I'll take it off. So the people coming in the other direction are going up to a junction, and if they know that I'm coming into this lane, they don't necessarily have to stop at the junction, so it just assists them. So was it beneficial to signal on the second part of that? And the answer was yes. Car on the left, check my mirrors, don't need to move out a bit. Next roundabout, and we're back at the test centre. I'm going to go to the second exit. Right, you look at the sign, the second exit on this is shown as straight ahead. However, it's right lane, right signal when you get to the end. So I'm going to put my right signal on now. There's no lanes yet, but right at the end of the road it splits into 2. You've got to recognise when there are lanes. Nothing coming, so I'm going to bring it round. So come round to this bit, check to my left signal. Just squeezing through slowly, keeping an eye on my mirrors. And then we're going left here, so I'm going to check my mirrors, put a left signal on. As you can see, super tight. bring it in. This person's completely blocked the road off. Oh, well done. And the next person's just come into this section as well to completely block me off. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Bring it through. And then left at the end. Nothing coming. And that's it. The test centre, we go left and left again. So that is the whole test route. Literally the end of this road. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully the commentary helps in how you're supposed to drive the car in terms of mirrors and observations and gaps to park cars.